Happy Easter to you and your family. It looks like we've got a little bit of a hurdle to cross as we head on into Sunday morning. Again, I've been talking about this enhanced risk of severe weather coming up, I think Saturday or Sunday morning across the area. What does that mean? Well, uh, if you start out a marginal risk or lowest, it's the coverage and intensity. You go from marginal or isolated severe to widespread and a high risk. So we're right in the middle, and that means numerous severe storms are possible across southeast Texas. We're going to have the instability. It's way up on the scale, as you can see. Some areas seeing right in the middle. That's pretty high. And also, the winds are going to be off the Gulf of Mexico, blowing at about 50 to 60 miles an hour at 5,000 feet. So we've got good rotational energy and also instability across the area. So looking at what we call weather model analogs, this is the potential for what we think is going to happen. We're looking at model data, what could happen on Sunday morning, and then we go back in time and look at what happened with similar events that we're expecting coming up Sunday morning. And guess what? Worse weather in our area, up towards the lakes area and off towards our east. That's exactly what I think is going to happen. Now, you can't let your guard down. Just because you don't see anything in the past over southeast Texas, say the Triangle, does not mean that that's not going to happen. And just so that you know that I think with what we're seeing is the worst of the weather will likely be up to the lakes and especially over towards Mississippi. And I think Mississippi is getting the bullseye in this. They're going to have tornadoes over that way. Mark my words. Otherwise, again, let's go over the timeline. I think we're cool coming up on Saturday. Saturday night into Sunday morning, we could have some isolated severe thunderstorms possible, about a 40% coverage, but it's really coming up on Sunday morning. And again, I think it's going to be somewhere between 9 a.m. and 1 p.m. on Sunday. And again, we could see isolated tornadoes, wind damage, and damaging hail. But look at that. It's not all day. The sun returns by the afternoon on Sunday. Currently in Port Arthur, MJ is at 66 on the Kubota Beaumont Tractor Weather Watcher Network. In Hampshire, Tim Trahan at 67. Up to the north in Warren, Jim Monk reporting 57 degrees. Temperatures across the state are in the 50s and 60s. However, it's in the 70s down into South Texas. Otherwise, pretty quiet in through our neck of the woods. Just some high cloudiness streaming over the area. But again, it's all about this upper low that's headed our way. It'll be here coming up on Saturday. So Futurecast is going to show a quiet night and cool temperatures across southeast Texas as we drop into the 50s. And tomorrow, some sun in the morning possible. Then the clouds increase. And look at that. Not much as far as precipitation, 20 to 30% coverage across our area. So we're going to go ahead and skip this graphic, hopefully, and move on to the next graphic as we'll watch this trough of lower. And for tomorrow on the Gulf, choppy seas around 2 to 4 feet. Tonight, a cool night with temperatures into the 50s across southeast Texas. Tomorrow, 20 to 30% coverage, highs mid-70s. Stormy Sunday morning, but not all day, turning cooler. We'll take a look at that extended forecast in detail in just a few minutes.
Patrick, you did a great job breaking everything down for us. What was that thing, the severe weather analog?
Yeah, it's what the forecast models think is going to happen coming up Sunday morning. We look at similar events that have happened in the past and look at the severe weather that's occurred with those events. So then you have a database to see what we think is going to happen, the most likely possibility.